Alright, this is higher consciousness shit that nobody tell you about. Reincarnation. Your government been doing reincarnation, but not in the way that you think it's done. The way reincarnation is done nowadays, say if a president or somebody gets sick, what they do is they put them inside what's called a Faraday cage. A Faraday cage is just like a regular metal bird cage, but it has electric voltage applied to it. Once you put somebody inside of there and they pass away, their spirit cannot leave that cage. It's trapped in there. They've been using that for the longest to trap fourth dimensional entities that come into this world and try to sneak out. So they got a whole prison under Dolce Bay and everything just for entities that they trap them in what's called a Faraday cage. So they use this Faraday cage to do reincarnation. How they do it is they take a pregnant woman and they put the person who's going to pass away inside the cage. Once the person passes away, the pregnant woman now has no choice but to give birth. I mean, the soul have no choice but to go inside the birth womb of the woman. So from there, they let her give birth inside the cage, and that's how they do reincarnation. They also have what they call as blanks. Blanks are what's called clones that don't have no soul. They use this tool down in these secret places, and the elite use them. They call upon them in times when they get into accidents where somebody's got injured or a car crash or an airplane crash. Right before they die, they go get their blanks. And what they do is the same thing. They put themselves in the Faraday cage with the blank, and when the time they pass away, their soul get trapped in this Faraday cage and it goes into the blank. Now the blank has consciousness and is alive and has a soul. That's how they do it. The same thing is done with what's called consciousness transfer. Consciousness transfer is when two persons is going to have their self transferred from one person to another. They could be at two different places. So what they do is both of them will astral project out of their bodies and then assume a position, and then the other one will come and take their position over in their body, and the other one will take the other one's. So they do consciousness transfer too. That works with cloning. The thing that we didn't know about cloning that they don't tell anybody is that when they do cloning, cloning don't just make a robot or what we call AI, artificial intelligence. They've been keeping it a secret that when they actually clone the person, inside your DNA is all your memories, all your emotions, all your feelings, everything you ever went through. And so there's no such thing as really a clone. They make another you. It's no difference between you and the clone. So it's not a clone. They make another you with emotions, feelings, and memory. They just don't tell you these things. University of Conscious Science, one love.